I get asked this question quite a lot. If I had to pick 3 or even 2 most important qualities, I'll pick the new grad's drive, motivation, and eagerness to learn over any other quality. That's even including experience or even the actual marks on your your final year score. That doesn't matter to me. What's really important is your eagerness to learn, grow, and develop. And it actually links back to our first question, our motto, developing culture and personal growth in an individual.
So we're looking for somebody who has initiative, resourcefulness, a good ground level of clinical competence, and that's across all spectrums. So communication, documentation, clinical reasoning, empathy, being able to build rapport with a wide variety of people. And we're looking for somebody who's willing to be able to work as part of a small to medium-sized team and fit into a rural community. Yeah.
I think it's a great question because I actually don't care about the physiotherapy skills. I can teach physiotherapy skills. I can't change someone's personality. So all of my questions, not all of them, most of them are usually questions where I'm asking myself, is this person a good match for my team? Are they going to fit in culturally with my team? Because I can't change I don't want to change someone's value set. So I ask things like, tell me about your life and tell me about people that have had an impact on you and what that impact was. I ask, have you ever done any volunteering? Are you someone that's interested in the world outside of you, for example? They're the sort of things that I ask, So if someone's preparing for an interview with me, I would encourage people to be reflective about who they are and be able to describe to me those elements, the things that motivate them, the things that are important to them, the things they're looking for from a workplace in that space. Because if I can sense that there's a really good match, I can teach the physio skills, but I can't change the leopard stripes.
The biggest one is really for someone that's willing to learn, willing to develop and willing to grow in that role. We want someone that wants to be working for us in our environment, so someone that would like that breadth of experience and is keen to learn, is also a team player, friendly, interacts well with all team players within both the department and also the multidisciplinary team. But the biggest one is a willingness to be wanting to learn, to be wanting to develop themselves, and they're really at the start of their career. So also someone that's receptive to feedback as well, so they can actually develop from there.
In a new grad, I want to see someone that's enthusiastic. I want to see someone that knows their own limitations, knows their own scope, and then looks to extend that any way they can. They need to be a good reflector. They need to think about what they've done, why they've done it, and what they can learn from it. They need to have, of course, a great base knowledge of physiotherapy and understand the concepts, but they certainly don't need to be an expert in any way whatsoever. They need to be an effective communicator, and both with patients, with families, with other members of the health system, and they need to be just eager to help people.
I think one of the most important things for a new grad is that they're proactive and that they're flexible. So when I say proactive, is that they need to seem to be getting out there and trying to develop their skills as a physio and as a person. And being flexible, by that I mean that they're open to opportunities, and that sometimes as a new grad your role might only be a part-time one, but be flexible in doing that and being able to open your doors to extend and expand. So they're the main things, because the other thing is, if you're working in private practice, you have to be flexible, you have to be able to cope with different people and different things, and personality really counts.
The qualities that we're looking for in the new grad is really about openness. I was actually just having a conversation about this with my colleague. you could be, on the shy side, you could be really boisterous and have a big personality. We love you all. What's important is your work ethic and your openness to learn, because we will have skill set that we want to teach you to be, as I mentioned, not just a great clinical physiotherapist, but also a great physiotherapist overall, being able to treat someone respectfully and being empathetic. So we need you to be open to be able to study up on those sort of things and be trained up in those things. The other thing, as I mentioned, is about work ethic. If you've got the right work ethic, we will have a great relationship. There's a certain point where we need to meet halfway, or a certain point that we need to meet. Breakdown in relationship within the work, it generally happens because that's not met. So you need to be willing to meet us at a certain point. We will certainly try and meet you at that point as much as we can as well. But that work ethic, that I refer to, is really, really important. If it's not there, we are I guess unable to teach you the things that we need to, and implement those things after we teach you. Someone that's open for further learning. If you love working with the elderly, that will definitely help.
Yeah, the qualities for a new grad is someone that wants to learn. Yeah, at university, as you progress through university, you learn more and you become the top of the game of knowing all this stuff. But then when you step into the working world, you're actually now at the bottom of the game. So you've got to have that hunger and drive to want to learn more. And when you step out of uni, that's when learning actually really begins. Universities paved the way, built the foundations, and now going forward, our thing is that we need these guys to want to learn, because we're going to facilitate it. And if we're going to facilitate it and put money into actually making these people grow as a health professional and spending our valuable time helping nurture them, then we want to make sure that that person's actually interested in that. So that's one of our key things that we're looking for in our health personnel. The next step is someone who's actually got a bit of a plan. So when I say that, if you know where you're going to be in 3 years' time, you might even know where you want to be 5, or even if you know where you want to be in a year's time, you've got to be clear with that if you want to work with PhysX. Because if we know that, we can help actually make what we do for you match your needs and your wants. But if we don't know, or you don't even know what you want to be doing, it's very hard to actually to gel with the organisation that you're with. Yeah.